The ball carrier. Nice play, baby, nice play. Shaquille's ripping on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Protein spill.
Now Leonard Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Foles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Exit. Here we go.
Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Receiver.
2nd and 6. The open man is Westbrook. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
180.
Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field.
Kick.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Kick. Hey, turn it up.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Under.
Let's go, baby. Shoot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. On second and 9, Wilson out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And running room scarce here. He's got Calais Campbell. Stopped there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Room here to run. 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On second down, here's Penny. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It's started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go! One.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mike, 44 Mike. Check. Hey, that's scared.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
To throw again on second down. Wilson forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Telvin Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Check 26, check 25.
They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. Buying time to his left. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
A run here with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's more. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Completes it to Lee. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0.
What we got? What we got? It's on one. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Curl.
2nd and 9 now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And an alley to run. And now look at him go. The 20, 10.